How I pooped my pants when I was 11. Okay, this is gonna be a weird video. Me, 22 male, live completely alone. Whenever I think about how I poop my pants, I always have a good laugh. Yeah, I would imagine so. Shitting yourself it can be kind of funny. As disgusting as it may sound, it's not so disgusting at all. I beg to differ, honestly. So little me just got home from school, so excited to play video games after a long day of school, but before that I decided to eat my Jawbreaker that I bought right before I headed home. I was in my bed eating the Jawbreaker and playing on my Game Boy. It was the best time ever. When I finished eating my Jawbreaker, I continued playing on my Game Boy for about 30 minutes till the demons of the Jawbreaker finally started kicking in. I felt like I had to fart, so I did. The fart came out, but it was a pretty warm and nasty fart. Yeah, it's because you fucking shit yourself. I touched my butt and looked at my hand after I pulled it out of my pants. Okay, first off, why the fuck would you put it in the pants? Like, why? I would have just gotten up and went to the bathroom. It looked like I dipped my hand in a jar of Nutella because it's shit. After that, I went to the toilet, pulled my pants down, and saw that my underwear and pants were full of diarrhea. It stank like 10 grown men had just had a big fart. Hang on, the wording in it has completely messed with my brain. It stank like 10 grown man had just had a big fat fart contest. Of course, my 11-year-old brain had to call my mom. After she came in the bathroom, she saw what happened, had a good laugh, told me to take off my pants and underwear and go shower. Yeah, because you shit yourself. I would have laughed at you too, honestly. I did, but I still stank like shit. After that, I found out that my mom threw away the pants and underwear that were covered in shit. They were my favorites, but I couldn't be mad. They weren't even washable, so I just let it go after that. My stomach hurt for 4 days straight. You probably should have gotten that fucking checked out, honestly. Every time I need to fart now, I'm scared I'm gonna shit myself again. Anyways, if you come this far, thank you for reading this and taking your time. What do you think about this incident? Well, what I think is, yes, it's funny as fuck, but even an 11-year-old, my dumbass at 11 years old would have said, okay, that didn't seem right, let me go to the bathroom and make sure I didn't shit myself, and if I shit myself, I wouldn't have even told anybody. Honestly, I would have just taken the situation, taken my clothes off, locked the door, left them in the floor, showered, and threw the fucking clothes in the dumpster. I would have done nothing else. I wouldn't have told anybody. If anybody would have asked where my clothes went, I would have just said, I don't know. There were so many different ways you could handle that. I feel like I'm going to enjoy this series quite a bit. Okay, so this next one is absolutely hilarious. I just kind of skimmed through it, and I want to read this one to you guys as well. Homeless woman on bus keeps harassing me with her foot for money. I, 12-year-old male, have started riding the bus to school. I live on the other side of town in a farm and would used to ride cows to get to school, but they kept on getting stolen by the school janitor. First off, why the fuck are you riding a cow to school? Second off, how the fuck is the school janitor stealing them? On the first day on the bus, I saw an old lady sitting at the back of the bus. She looked like she hadn't showered since World War II. Gummy snakes were stuck to her hair and she had crusting skin, and especially on her grippers. Her grippers looked like it had been through a lot. Mushrooms grew between her toes. Fungi completely covered her toenails. Mold was all around. Now, this is where the non-fiction part of this story comes out, but it's fucking hilarious. The actual description of how this woman looks makes me actually picture what she looks like in my head, and it's kind of hard for me to picture stuff in my head just from reading it, but this one does a pretty good job. This bitch is disgusting. The bus was full and the only seat was next to her. I gulped and walked over to sit next to her. The second I sat down, she stared at me. She licked her dry lips and her breath smelled like a mixture of rotten cheese and spoiled milk. Suddenly, she pulled her foot in front of my face. The putrid smell of a crusty pom-pom filled my nostrils. Every time she wiggled her toes, the crunchy sound of the mushrooms breaking free from her dogs were made a pick for $5. She grinned. I was shocked to speak. She tried to put her toes in my mouth, and she's been doing it for a month. I begged my parents to let me ride the sheep this time, but they said they couldn't lose another animal to the janitor, and we can't sue him because we spend our money on buying the animals. I need advice. I got some advice for you. You might not fucking like it. Just walk to school, or just drop out. It seems like your family's got a pretty solid farm going. You could just work with the family farm. Hey, that's a pretty good profession. I would personally not allow this to happen. I would smack this bitch with a metal lunchbox. If you got that, you could take a textbook out of your backpack and smack the fuck out of her and tell her to stop touching you. You could tell the police. You could do anything. You could walk to school. Like I said, you do not have to do this. Take a different bus. Fuck, if you're 30 minutes late, who cares? Nobody's gonna give a shit. You're 12 years old. You got your whole life ahead of you. You don't need this disgusting homeless lady with fucking, looks like she hasn't showered since World War II, gummy snake stuck to her hair with crusting skin. These stories are absolutely insane. I'm sure that this is made up, but if this is true, oh my god, these people need some fucking help. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this series. I know this video is short, but thank you guys for sticking around and watching. More videos on the way. If you enjoyed the series, please let me know and I will continue it. But until next time, peace.